Hello there, guys. Welcome back to the Stamford Voice for your Manchester United versus Chelsea match preview. 13 years since Chelsea managed to get a win at Old Trafford. Chelsea are unbeaten in the league. Manchester United have lost 2 games, won 1, drawn 1. But coming back from a loss at Bayern Munich on Wednesday, what is it gonna take for Chelsea to get 3 points away at Old Trafford? Now, let's break it all down. And by the way, we are building a beautiful Chelsea community here. So if you wanna be part of it, subscribe. Now, let us start at Enzo Maresca's press conference because he had a few things to say that were quite eye-opening, and one of them is with regards to Alejandro Garnacho. The other one touches on Raheem Sterling and Axel Disasi. Now, let's start with Sterling and Disasi because Enzo Maresca was asked if he feels bad for them for the situation that he and the club are putting these particular players in, and the response that Enzo Maresca had was an example of his father. So Enzo Maresca says, "My father is currently 75 years and he has worked as a fisherman for 50 years, working from 2 in the morning to 10 a.m. And according to Enzo Maresca, which is something I completely agree with, that is hard and not just being a player. And I agree with that. I mean, obviously, Raheem Sterling and Axel Disasi situation is quite sad, but it is what it is, man. This is the profession. This is what they signed up for. If you're not good enough, the club will put you on the sidelines, and I think that is what is happening. Now let's talk about Alejandro Garnacho because we remember before the Brentford game, Enzo Maresca had said that Alejandro Garnacho is not 100% physically fit to start that particular game. We saw him not being able to start against Bayern Munich. But when he was asked on Friday whether Alejandro Garnacho is ready to start, Enzo Maresca said yes, Alejandro Garnacho is ready to start a game for Chelsea. And I think it could possibly come against Manchester United, especially because the winger we have on that side, Jamie Gittens, is not doing very well. So there is a possibility there. So I don't think Enzo Maresca had so much to say other than to say that he thinks that Manchester United, the results that they have had in the Premier League currently do not reflect their kind of performances, and it's something I agree with. I think Manchester United are much better than the results show. I think they are much better than 4 points in 4 games. So it's not going to be a walkover, but we should be able to get a win here. Now, talking of Manchester United form, Manchester United have lost to Manchester City. They have lost to Arsenal. They won against Burnley and got a draw against Fulham. Remember, we also played against Fulham. So I think the losses that they have had, and that is Manchester City and Arsenal, those are 2 great teams. So you can't really say that Manchester United is quite poor just because they lost to Manchester City and Arsenal. Arsenal and Manchester City are 1 or 2 of the top sides in the Premier League. So I think Manchester United will still be a strategic opponent that can hurt you if you go sleeping, especially when we are going to Old Trafford. Now, let's look at where Chelsea stand as we move into this particular big game. Remember, this is a game where every time we go to Old Trafford, we either get beaten or get a draw. So we have to do something better, much better than we have done in the last 13 years for us to get all 3 points. Now remember, Chelsea are 4th in the table. We have played 4 matches. We have played 4 matches where we have won 2 and we have drawn 2. So basically we are okay, but not a tantalizing form, to say the least. And again, we lost a game at Bayern Munich. We are more tired than Manchester United. So it will take more concentration and more hard work from the players in the Chelsea squad for us to get that particular win. Now, looking forward to the game that we have next week on Tuesday, we are playing Lincoln City. So I don't think that is a game that Enzo Maresca will have in mind when he will be selecting his starting lineup. So I think we will have a very, very strong lineup against Manchester United because the next game now we can be able to rotate the players. Now, let us look at the predicted lineup that I have managed to come up with here because as mentioned, we have not won against Old Trafford for 13 years, so we need a strong lineup to stand a chance. And that is why I've picked this team, especially knowing that next midweek we'll be playing Lincoln City, which is not a very huge club. So Enzo Maresca can have a chance there to rotate the players and whatnot. So in my predicted lineup, I have chosen a very, very strong lineup. I have started with Robert Sanchez. Robert Sanchez had a fantastic game in the midweek against Bayern Munich. And I think we are going to need him because, according to the statistics, when you look at Manchester United statistics, in the Premier League, they are leading in terms of shots taken. You can imagine they are leading in terms of shot taken, even if they have not been able to win a lot of games. They are leading in shot takens, and Bruno Fernandes is leading in terms of chances created. So we will need Robert Sanchez at his best tomorrow on Saturday as we face Manchester United at Old Trafford. Now, I've gone with the same back four that started against Bayern Munich. But of course, I don't have Malo Gusto in the lineup. So I've started Marc Cucurella in left back position. I've started Tosin Adrabio at left centre back. Then I have started Trevor Chaloba at right centre back and Reece James. I don't know whether Enzo Maresca is going to again use Reece James in midfield. I think this is the kind of a game where I think Reece James can play as a fullback. I don't think there will be too much running and stuff like that. And I think he's much more productive at fullback rather than being pushed into midfield. But we know Enzo Maresca for the last, I don't know how long he has used Chris James in midfield. So I think it's going to happen again. I think Chris James is going to be pushed to be inverted into midfield. But whatever it is, I want my captain in my team. I want my captain in the starting lineup because with Reece James, wherever he plays, whether it's fullback or inverted into midfield, he gives us more chances of winning a game. He also gives us some solidity in terms of defense, especially when we shipped a lot of goals in midweek against Bayern Munich. Now, the midfield remains the same. I would have wanted to rest Moises Caicedo, but I think he can rest in midweek when we'll be playing Lincoln City. So I think Moises Caicedo starts again alongside Enzo Fernandez. Now, Cole Palmer is currently, we saw after the game, after Bayern Munich, Cole Palmer was holding his groin. But again, Enzo Maresca said that he talked to Cole Palmer, and Cole Palmer told him that he was fine. So we think Cole Palmer is currently fit to start against Manchester United, especially when you remember what he did in that fantastic 4-3 win against Manchester United during the Pochettino era. So I think Cole Palmer will be there, and I think he's going to create a lot of chances. We don't have any other striker. So our number one striker starts again. That is Joao Pedro because, of course, Liam Delap is injured. We cannot start Tyreek George. We cannot start Mark Guiu ahead of Joao Pedro. Maybe in midweek we can make such changes. But for Manchester United game, Joao Pedro starts up top. Now, let's talk about wingers because Enzo Maresca said that Alejandro Garnacho is fit and ready to start. I don't think he's going to start. I think Garnacho is likely to start in midweek when we play Lincoln City. But in this particular game, I think we are going to start with Estevao Willian, who had been ill last weekend but currently is fit. So I think we start with Estevao Willian on the right wing and Pedro Neto on the left wing. I think this is a lineup that is good enough. A lineup that is good enough to get 3 points against Manchester United. Now let's talk about my predicted score and predicted man of the match. This will be a difficult game. Let's be straight up about it. It will not be easy. Manchester United will come at us. They will try to take as many shots as possible. Bruno Fernandes will try to create as much as he can. And given this is Old Trafford, it will be very, very, very difficult, especially when players are tired from midweek. But I think there is that hunger to get a win against Manchester United, especially because we did not win against Bayern Munich. So I hope we can get a 2-1 win. I reckon Manchester United will get a goal. But obviously, we know they are open at the back. They concede a lot of goals. They have conceded goals in their last 4 games. We conceded maybe in one in the Premier League. So I think defensively, even if we shipped 3 goals against Bayern Munich, I think defensively we are much better than Manchester United. So I am hoping for a 2-1 win with Estevao being the top performer against Manchester United. Give me your thoughts about the fact that Chelsea has not won a game at Old Trafford for 13 years and whether you think tomorrow will be the day where we collect the 3 points. Thank you so much for keeping it here. See you in the next one.